we help you reclaim your story. We are so glad that you're watching, and we are honored to be a part of your brand's transformational journey. Thank you for all the engagement that you're giving us. Thank you for the comments and the questions and the inquiries. We truly appreciate you. As promised, today we are going to be talking about the dangers of a single story. A little over a decade ago, the prolific Nigerian author Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie made her international news with her very sobering TEDx talk dubbed "The Dangers of a Single Story," in which she explored the downsides of the single story of catastrophe that the Western world believes and propagates about Africa. To quote her, she said, "The single story creates stereotypes. And the problem with stereotypes is not that they are untrue, but that they are incomplete. They make one story become the only story. This is the unfortunate truth of tourism branding strategies all across the African continent." Studies on tourists' perceptions about Kenya as a destination have time and time again confirmed the dreaded single story of catastrophe told about Kenya. A story that portrays Kenya as a one-trick pony, an awesome safari destination, and a so-so sea and sand destination. Now, this single story, this stereotype, is not necessarily untrue, and neither do I want to dismiss the legitimacy of the sentiments expressed in these perceptions. It is no secret that Kenya is indeed the world's premier safari destination. And it is also true that our sea and sand destinations are found to be wanting when compared to other sea and sand destinations located on the shores of the Indian Ocean. Destinations like the Maldives, Mauritius, and yes, even Zanzibar. However, this single story, this stereotype, is most definitely flawed in the worst way possible. It is incomplete. It is highly fallacious to think that all destination Kenya has to offer are magical safari experiences and somewhat okay sea and sand experiences. One of the main challenges tourism practitioners continue to face all across Africa is the predicament of differentiation. We struggle to differentiate our destinations from each other. This is largely caused by the homogeneity of our offerings, which stems from the single story told about the continent as a whole. The dangers of a single story are best illustrated through the branding of African destinations. Destination branding all across Africa is still rooted in the archaic school of thought borrowed from the earlier theories of place branding that solely advocate for the creation of destination brand identities out of the perceptions bestowed upon them by the masses. The assumption that place identity is something that can be forced upon a people, inside and outsiders alike, is still evident in the current place branding practices all across Africa. This is catastrophic owing to the fact that modern day tourists view destinations as living, dynamic, and evolving entities that are an extension of the local community living at the place. And since destinations are a social construct, it is therefore imperative that the building blocks of branding the said destinations are deeply rooted in co-creation with the local community and the visitors. This is best exemplified in the unfortunate single stereotype perpetuated about Malindi as discussed in the previous video. Malindi has regrettably been synonymous with sex tourism for many decades now, and the destination finds itself season after season teeming with sex tourists and the negative aftermath of the trade. Chimamanda has taught us that the way to create a single story is to show a people as one thing, as only one thing, over and over again, and that is who they become. So in essence, the stereotypes placed upon a people become shackles that can bind an entire community in an unfortunate, vicious, and destructive cycle as observed in Malindi. The single story told about Malindi is not untrue, but it is incomplete. I personally know of many community-based organizations in Malindi that have devoted themselves to change this narrative about the destination by looking for diverse avenues through which they can empower the youth who are grievously susceptible to engaging sex tourism. I know many leaders in the local government and in the police force that work tirelessly to curb the rise of child prostitution by bringing the perpetrators to book. However, inasmuch as they work hard to reverse the negative effects of sex tourism, their efforts bear little to no fruits because of the stereotype that precedes the destination. This is the danger of a single story. So the only way to make sure that the CBOs and the leaders in the local government are able to effectuate enduring changes is by rejecting the narrative told about their destination. I want to invite you to take a moment to reflect and identify the narrative told about your own brand. What is the narrative that surrounds your brand? Is there a single story told about your brand? If so, how is it incomplete? Kindly share with us your findings in the comment section below. Chimamanda postulates that rejecting the single story told about us helps us to regain our paradise. I believe this to be true. When we reject the single story told about Destination Kenya, we will be able to regain our paradise by being able to showcase the unique characteristics about Kenya that truly sets us apart from our current competitors. This will result in a distinctive, sustainable, and authentic destination brand that will render its competitors irrelevant. This is our rallying call at Vaticinate Consulting. We want to help you reject the single story told about your destination. We want to help you reject the single story told about your business brand. We want to help you reject the single story told about your community. We want to help you reclaim your story. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If this is content that resonates with you, kindly do consider subscribing to our channel, as well as tapping on the notification bell so you are kept abreast when we upload new content. Also, kindly share this video with anyone you reckon would benefit from the content in this video. I hope to catch you in the next video, where I will be sharing on how we can reject the single story told about our destinations and our businesses. Until then, kwaheri!